That said, when an OTM option is properly selected and bought at the right time, it can lead to large returns. 333 in the Chaldean cipher. Wow. Bang. That's what we want to see. Deep out of the money long call options with Gematria. If you have a high risk tolerance, if you like to gamble just a little bit, and if you like Gematria, make sure you watch this full video today because this one is an absolute banger. What's up, everybody? Art Turner, D.A.T.A Productions Media. Dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. Like I said in the intro, I have another banger for you guys, and we're going to be talking about options. So this year in 2022, I made it a point to get into options trading. Now, this is still a process. It's still building up on top of things brick by brick. And another thing I want to bring up is yes, there are multiple methods with using options. Not only you can do long calls, you could do puts, you could do a whole lot of things. But I'm starting with the basics myself and who I am as a person and how I utilize information in the financial world. If you guys been around my channel, you guys know I like growth stocks. I like penny stocks. I like a little bit more riskier things because of the higher potential. So it really makes, perfect sense for me. When I get into options, I'm looking for, I like to say, low risk, high reward proposition opportunities with this tool. I have a nice article we're going to go over today with some Gematria just to go over some things. This isn't a basic options tutorial. This is Gematria confirming the things we need for the method I'm going to explain, okay? And that's deep out of the money long options calls. But what I use with this method is my Fibonacci future forecasting formula, right? I gave it to you guys in the William Gann article, the 3F formula, the Fibonacci future forecast formula. We talked about it here. If you want it here, I gave you the rudimentary version. If you want the more refined version that's even more concise, that's on my Patreon. If you sign up for my stocks, Gematria Stocks Patreon, you can get that formula even more refined. And obviously, I have plays up there already. But without further ado, let's get into this article. Options are very risky, especially the ones we're talking about. And you could lose all your money. If you're not comfortable purchasing options contracts, buy shares in the interested companies for the long term. Like I say all the time at D.A.T.A Productions Media, D.A.T.A Capital, on my Discord, we don't invest in stocks that aren't good. Like, we're not going to get into something that we don't feel like it has a long-term play for, right? We don't even put ourselves in that position. So if you're not too comfortable about options, always you could buy just shares. You could buy equity in the company for a little bit less risk. But for this video, we're going to up the risk a little bit and dabble with some lotto plays, quote unquote, that maybe won't be lotto plays with Gematria in my formula. Here are some key things to think about for out of the money OTM call options. They are low risk, high reward, speculative stock bets. Again, when you purchase options contracts, you pick an expiry date. If you don't sell your contract before the expiry date and it's not in the money, so it's say if your stock is at $5 and we want it to get to $10 because that's our call option strike at $10. If it doesn't get to $10 for the expiry date for whatever that is, they will expire worthless. You lose all your money. It's essentially just like a bet. It's not like shares where you keep your shares whether it goes up or down. This method we're going to go over, it's better used for earnings plays, story stocks, and active traders who are always in the markets, right? So for someone like me, that I'm more always looking in the market. I might not trade every day, but I'm always seeing what's available in the market. I'm active. I love story stocks, and I like looking at earnings plays. So this method, this tool is for me. This tool might not be for everybody else, but I'm speaking for the people who like to take some shots, right? And you're always looking for major breakouts because when you buy these contracts, you want to also get time as well. I like getting these cheaper contracts with a whole lot of time. So maybe a dollar move might not move the contract a lot, but that's what we're playing these major breakouts over time. Now, if it moves $7 over time, then that's when the contract moves. Okay. That's what we're looking for. It's a low success rate generally, but it will be a higher success rate with Gematria and the Fibonacci future forecast formula. I've had many examples. You can go to my Discord where I bring down options where I've used the Fibonacci future forecast formula, and I've gotten the exact day where it's doubled or tripled or squared. I also have examples on my Patreon as well if you want to sign up. But now let's get into some of the gematria of it. Deep OTM call options are meant to be long shot bets. That equals 222 in reverse reduction. We like seeing that. It's true. It's a confirmation. They're long shots. 222, that's a Saturnian number. Control, it's not something that happens often. It's not willy-nilly, but, we're going to raise our chances. Deep OTM call options are low risk, high reward, speculative stock bets. 333 reverse reduction. Now we love seeing that. 333. It's low risk, high reward, speculative stock bets. You don't put a lot in, but if it does hit, man, that reward is super high. That's very, very unique. Deep out of money long call options with Fibonacci future forecast formula. 331 in reverse reduction. You have that 3 when we take that parent rule, when you just isolate that 1. So it's just that 33. We love that. And now, so we have some English extended gematria. Deep OTM call options equals futures bets and sports. 3,131. So you have that 33 in the intermixed within that. So you see that 3-3. Deep OTM call options, Fibonacci future forecast formula. 3,033 in English extended. Wow, that's telling us right there. This is it. You've got to use the Fibonacci future forecast formula for deep out of the money call options, right? It makes sense. Why go into a situation not having all the tools that you need, right? It's a lower success rate, so you need all the tools to make it as high as possible. That's my formula. Deep out of the money long call options are possible with Fibonacci future forecast formula. 5,550. You have that 555 upside down 222. How we like to work it. Story stocks tend to have big swings in price. Again, I invest in story stocks. You can look at my channel and you can see a lot of story stocks I always talk about. And when we have the 137 in Chaldean, the 33rd prime, that means something to us, right? Remember, the Chaldean is the vibration, the sound vibration cipher. Not only think about that as in words, but think about that as me speaking, right? I'm speaking a 137. I'm speaking a 33, a 33rd prime. That's why it's important. And this is another important thing. You do not have to wait for the stock price to be in the money to profit. Sell whenever the price of the options contracts go up, right? So this is my strategy with using this instrument. Think about it. You pick the deep out of the money options contracts with a lot of time. You want time value on your side. But when you have the Fibonacci future forecast formula, you kind of get a general idea of where the stock should be natural growth wise. Okay? So with that time value, you get in cheap because the market doesn't even have that priced in for it to, double or square or anything like that at that point. If it's over 150 days. They haven't priced that in yet, but that's why you get in low and you sell high. This is simple economics. So when it does get into that breakout, say if you do buy a stock at $5 and it goes to $10, but that's 3 months down the line with your options contract. Say if it gets to $8 in a month and a half, you can sell your contract. That's a profit, right? And so you have to think about that. Keep that in mind. You do not have to wait for the stock price to be in the money to profit. Sell whenever the price of the options contracts go up. You see that. Look, you have 11,137. You have that 11137. So that's a big 137 in the trigonal cipher. OTM contracts do not even have to be in the money to make money. 222 reduction. Deep OTM call options. Fibonacci future forecast formula. 2,220 in satanic. So you have that 222, right? Out of the money long call options are doable with Fibonacci future forecast formula. You have that 3,300 in satanic. You have that 33. And you also have deep OTM call options are meant to be long shot bets, but when they pay off, they pay huge. That's also 3,300 in satanic, 33. So you see, look at that. Wow. Out of the money, long call options are doable with Fibonacci future forecast formula. That's 303 in Chaldean, along with deep OTM call options are meant to be long shot bets, but when they pay off, they pay huge. 303 in Chaldean as well. So you have that 33. Now, go into Investopedia quotes a little bit. What looks cheap isn't always a good deal because often things are cheap for a reason. That said, when an OTM option is properly selected and bought at the right time, it can lead to large returns, hence the allure. Now look at this. That said, when an OTM option is properly selected and bought at the right time, it can lead to large returns. 333 in the Chaldean cipher. Wow. Bang. That's what we want to see. Hey guys, like I said earlier, I do have a Patreon page where you can help support my channel. For only $5 a month, you can get my Gematria stocks, newsletters, and notes. That's a banger. I be updating that every month, and I already have some new stuff. Like I said before, I have 2 options in my Patreon Gematria stocks newsletter this month. These are bangers. If you really like what I do and you love Gematria, you need to get in on this, right? I also have a monthly sports documentary package for only $5 a month. You get a monthly sports documentary that's too real, too raw, and uncut for YouTube. They don't like this type of content, so I don't even bother with it. I don't put it up. But for the real ones that love Gematria, that love sports, and they love my documentary perspective, this tier is for you as well. I don't skimp. Look, I already have 9 videos, 9 documentaries, all 30 plus minutes long. I'm not playing, right? So for $5 a month, you're getting the next best Netflix. We're taking over Netflix, Hulu. They're not on our level, right? D.A.T.A Productions Media is doing it. You get 9 of them. That's way under $1 per video. So really consider it. But say if you like my Gematria stocks and my monthly sports documentaries, I have my Dream Schemers Ultimate Woke Pack for only $8.63 a month. That's a $1.37 discount, the 33rd Prime. So go get that if you really want to support. I also want to give a shout out to my Discord. The link is also going to be in the description. It's an amazing community. We not only talk about stocks, cryptos, we talk about society. There's a lot of just real life things that happens in here, a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. So I invite you to come to my Discord, learn with us, grow with us, and I'd be happy to have you. This is where you can get some more, personal time with me. I'm always on Discord and stuff. It's like opening up my store every day. So if you want to have a little bit more personal connection to me, the Discord is where it's at, and this is where I communicate with everybody within the community. With that being said, thank you for all the support thus far. Now let's finish up this article and video. So now back to Investopedia quotes. It is acceptable for a speculator to bet on a big expected move. However, it's important to first understand the unique risks involved in any position. It's also important to consider alternatives that might offer a better trade-off between profitability and probability. While OTM options may offer the biggest bang for the buck if it works out, the probability of a far out of the money option becoming worth a lot is a low probability. We understand that. We know the game we are playing, right? We're not going to enter a game without knowing what we're doing, not having a plan in place. And we're not going to get upset if we lose because we understand. But like I'm going to keep showing and confirming with Gematria, with the Fibonacci future forecast formula that I keep bringing up because it's a banger that you can get for yourself to use. You know, I'm not hoarding it. It's going to cost you $5 though if you want it. Well, the free version I gave you, but if you want the refined version, it's going to cost you $5. That's going to help us big time. All right. And so let's finish up with some final Gematria. Fibonacci future forecast formula ups the chance of a correct OTM call option. 1037 reverse ordinal, 137 33rd prime. Profit on long call OTM options contracts with the Fibonacci future forecast formula. 13,711 in squares. So you have that 137 in the front with 11 in the back. The Fibonacci future forecast formula gets you in striking distance of accurate stock prices. 3,301 in the Fibonacci cipher. Love seeing that. That 33.1 in the Fibonacci, for that, the Fibonacci future forecast formula gets you in striking distance of accurate stock prices. If we're in striking distance, we have a shot with this, right? So I love seeing that. 3,301 Fibonacci. That's pretty good. The Fibonacci future forecast formula gets you in striking distance of accurate stock prices, also equals 303 in the Chaldean, 33. And finally, the Fibonacci future forecast formula gets you in striking distance of accurate stock prices. What's special about this is because it's in Francis Bacon. It's the 1037 in Francis Bacon, the 137 33rd prime. But this is case sensitive. The only things capitalized are the things that would be capitalized, right? The beginning of the sentence, and then the proper title of the formula, the Fibonacci future forecast formula. Gets you in striking distance of accurate stock prices. Case sensitive, remember? 1037, Francis Bacon, 137, 33rd prime, 33, we know that's money. Look, like I said, I have more information for you on my Patreon, my Discord, or just look at my other videos. You know where to find all that stuff if this is really what resonates for you. But that's the article for today, guys. Hopefully you learned something today because, man, I think there's a lot of wealth in here. And just go back over this video in this article, right? Pull this up while you're watching this video if you need to. But with that being said, y'all, Art Turner, D.A.T.A Productions Media, dreams are tangible aspirations where we scheme our dreams into existence. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.